Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members, Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to Xcom Enemy Within. Now, please bear in mind, unfortunately I had some issues with my audio on this video, and I am now recording the voiceovers post-process, so please bear with me, and we'll try and get through this episode at least semi-unscathed. Now, we've been doing fairly well in this playthrough so far, and we just finished the Gangplank mission last episode, which was the last of the missions in the Slingshot storyline. So that was awesome, but let's have a quick look here. We've got some satellites, an uplink, and some other odds and ends basically getting done fairly soon. So let's have a look in the situation room, and as we can see, we have a good amount of panic popping up in a few places, mainly South America and in Asia. Now, as you can see, we've pretty much got a satellite uplink being built very, very soon. So that's going to allow us to launch some satellites, because this month we are going to be able to have 4 satellites that we're going to be able to launch. Now I am planning to throw 2 of them at least into basically Argentina and Brazil, so we can get the bonus We Have Ways. Now what this means is that we are going to be able to complete all interrogations and autopsies instantly, which is pretty much why I've been stockpiling those missions. Not missions, those research projects. I might go and throw some into Japan and India, but we'll go and see how well that goes, because maybe we won't need to, because we're going to have 4 available. So like I said, I'm going to throw 2 into Argentina and Brazil. We could possibly try and go for the future combat bonus, which would be very nice, which basically halves all the prices in the officer training school.
You can't have them bringing back alien body parts as souvenirs. It's a breach of protocol.
Thanks, Central. It basically halves all the costs in the officer training school and the foundry, so that is very, very useful. So, what else do we have to do now? We've got basically some interrogation missions ready to go. As you can see, we've got 4 of them there. We've got a sectoid, floater, muton and thin man, and we've got everything from a sectoid to a seeker autopsy ready to go. So that's going to be a lot to do by the time we get some satellites into South America. We've got a few other things. I wouldn't mind getting some Titan armor done, but that's going to take ages to do. So I might be looking into the plasma weaponry very, very soon. But right now, we pretty much have a UFO landing, which was the mission we had left from the end of last episode.
Detected.
So we already have our team ready to go from the end of last episode. We've even got Oscar Okoa. I think it's Oscar Okoa. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. If not, please let me know. But we're ready to go. I don't think we're going to need an arc thrower, so I think how everybody's set up is pretty fine. So let's get going. Okay, so basically this is
That's what we're looking for.
A landed ship. We did not shoot this one down, so I am expecting a lot more enemy resistance in this mission. So let's have a look. Where can we put Mordor? It would be nice to be able to put him up here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's possible to get up there. So let's move him over here. He should have a good view of the battlefield, or the op zone, I should call it. Shylong, let's move him up.
Location confirmed.
I haven't spotted anything yet, so I feel a lot more confident running people a little further forward. So let's have a look over here. There we go, we can see the outline of the landed ship. So that's going to be awesome. We know where that is, so we know roughly where a lot of the enemies are going to be. So let's move up our
Position confirmed.
young recruit. I don't want to move him too far forward because I don't want him to be the first one spotted by the
Rolling
enemies.
out.
So we'll start moving up Python and Atlas as well, so basically our supports. So we'll move these up on the
10-4.
flanks. Because these guys are great because they can actually react to enemy attacks, not just enemy
I'm on the
movements.
move.
Now I can hear mutons and floaters there. So we have our work cut out for us.
Moving.
Let's move up
been
and let's
secured.
pick up the meld. And I think we're going to end up moving
Heading there
Password
now.
Banana up a little bit to see what we can
Eyes on
spot.
target.
Oh, there we go. We've got some seekers. So, okay. We know how to deal with this, don't we? Okay, Mordor, do your job. Do your thing, I mean. So let's lob the battle scanner. We'll want to try and cover as many members of the squad as possible.
Scanner's online.
There we go. There are the two. So let's have a look at who's got shots.
I'm on it, Commander.
We'll move Atlas up. And he's got shots on too. And he's got a 72% chance to hit. So that's not bad at all. And that's one of them down. So that is
Kill
awesome.
confirmed.
So let's move up Python. Let's see if we can actually get
Solid
a
copy.
shot on the second Seeker. We can get shots on, and it is 60%. But no, we do not manage to hit. So that's a bummer. That sucks.
Damn it.
Headed there now.
And for some reason, Shylon cannot actually see the Seeker. You'd think that he could actually from
Copy
there.
that.
And Oscar Okoa cannot see anything, so we'll put him on Overwatch. Hopefully we'll get lucky and he'll take a basically get a lucky shot off and kill him. But this Seeker cannot actually go into stealth because he's right on the edge of the battle scanner. So he's pretty much just wasted his entire turn trying to go back into stealth. So let's give Python another go at being able to shoot. So come on Python, where are you? There you are. 60% chance again, and we nail him. So that is awesome. That was
Kill
even a crit.
confirmed.
So I think it's time to start moving everybody else up. Because we've still got floaters and we've still got
Moving.
mutons to deal with. So we'll go into Overwatch with password. And we need to start moving everybody else up.
Already there.
There we go. Just in case they're coming off from the other flank, we'll at least have some cover. And if we
Heading
don't
there
spot
now.
them first, we pretty much get the ability to run away and move. And we'll put Mordor on Overwatch, and let's move everybody else up.
10-4.
Now, I am doing my level best to keep everybody in hard cover if I possibly can. Oh, there we go.
Enemy spotted.
Yep, that's a great way to terrify the wall behind the floater. But, oh, hello. Come on, Mordor, you can do it. There we go, that's a floater down. Right, okay. So, looking back at this now, I did make a bit of a silly mistake here. I thought, you know what, let's move
Heading
up the
out.
recruit and try and see if we can get a grenade hit on them. And I thought, you know what, we can actually take out some of the cover here, so that might be useful.
On this.
Yeah, we do manage to take out the wall, but we don't do anything significant there because we can't even see. We can't even see the floaters, so I don't want to rush up because I don't want to end up in the crap, so to speak. So, yeah, that's not a great tactic. So let's move up on the side instead. At least we can get a look at one of these floaters, but I think our chance to hit is absolutely astronomically small. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's no chance I'm trying that out. So here we go. I make another mistake here, trying to go and hit that floater, or at the very least take down the walls so that the snipers can see.
Now this I like.
All we managed to do is take out the walls, and for some reason we didn't even hit the floater.
Aye, aye, Commander.
But we can't even see him anymore, so I don't understand why that happened. So it's time to move people up, and we're going to basically just start putting everybody onto Overwatch. So we'll put her onto Overwatch as well, but we'll put her onto a pistol instead. Because at the very least then we have a bit more of a chance to actually hit something. Oh, hello! So password banana missed.
Enemy is still alive.
If you know, for one time, Mordor actually managed to miss a shot, so that's hilarious.
Cover my flank!
But thankfully, we're not going too badly. Although Atlas is on the ball and managed to take another one out, so that's awesome. And there's the second one. What does he manage to do?
Do something! I'm pinned down!
Absolutely nothing. He just goes and suppresses Password Banana, but Password Banana has lightning reflexes, so if she needs, she can just leg it and be completely fine.
They're trying to flank us!
Although there are 2 enemies on Overwatch now. But it doesn't matter. We've just nailed one of them.
Got it.
So let's go and see if we can take out the one that is on Overwatch. Now Oscar doesn't manage to see anybody, so basically we just put him on Overwatch. But Mordor can see one of them. So let's go back to Mordor. We've got like a 95% chance to hit. It's probably a good idea to try and take one of them out of the game. But we don't manage to kill him. But this is awesome because Mordor now has the double tap ability. So goodbye.
No longer a threat. Got no ammo.
So now we can go and move up Password Banana. And before we do anything silly, let's swap back to the shotgun and have a look at 62% chance to hit. Let's go for that on double shots, which is good because again we didn't manage to take him out with the first shot. So again, the double shot is just so much better at times. I much prefer the safety and security of knowing that I can shoot them twice, which is why I love rapid fire on the assaults. So we'll move up Shylong, we'll put him onto Overwatch.
That's affirmative.
And we'll move up Python as well. I think we'll put Python onto... Oh, let's reload Python. Shylong can go onto Overwatch. It's at least so we've got at least some predictive cover. There we can hear the mutons. And I think we're going to go and move
Getting it done.
Mordor up. Now here we've got the choice of either reloading or just switching to the pistol and moving further forward. And because we're going into the into the UFO, I think it's better that we just stick with the pistol right now, because the sniper rifle's going to be useless in there. Now I don't fancy running that way because we might run face first into a pack of mutons. So I think we're going to consolidate up a little bit for the moment.
We're green to go.
Go on to basically not go on to Overwatch, reload there. He goes onto Overwatch. Overwatch here. And let's move up Oscar Okoa here. Go on to Overwatch as well. And so go on to Overwatch here. So if those mutons do run out, we get to shoot them right in the face, and hopefully we take at least one of them with us.
I think I heard something.
Take one of them out, hopefully. But they don't shout, so that's fine. So let's move up. I don't really want to move there because we've taken out all the walls. So let's skirt around the outside so we don't get a chance to spot anything that we don't want to see right now. So let's go and start working on a flanking maneuver.
Moving out.
So we'll move Oscar Okoa up. And we'll go and move up a couple of other people. So Python, no, not Python. We'll go and move Password Banana up as well.
Double time.
But we'll keep them in cover just in case those mutons run out of the ship.
Location confirmed.
And we'll move up Python,
I'll move like the wind.
Shylong, and the last one left is Atlas. Actually, no, it's not Atlas. We've still got Mordor to move up.
Double time.
So he manages to get into a good position. Oh no, we've already moved Atlas, haven't we? So where are those mutons? They are moving, so I suspect they are moving towards us. So let's
Heading
move
to
up
that
Password
location.
Banana. And let's go and basically get everybody else
I am moving out.
moved up and ready to go and go through this door. Because we want to start getting ready to
Heading
kick
there
down the
now.
door. Because I don't want to run through that big gaping hole moment where we don't have any cover. And in order to cross that section, we do need to go completely out of cover in order to get there. So we'll get everyone on Overwatch for the moment. Well, everyone that didn't move.
Shh. I think I heard something.
Yeah,
Just
you
got
heard
out
these
of here.
guys. So both our supports take reaction fire, but they don't actually hit anything. So that sucks. And that allows the mutons to get trenched in. Now, we do have the ability to shoot at them, but we are going to have to go and move our guys around. At this point, I didn't actually notice that Atlas didn't have any ammunition. It's like, oh crap, now I just noticed, so let's move you back, out the way, back into some hard cover. So they can reload next turn. So, let's go and do a flanking maneuver. This is what I was thinking. It's like, let's go and do a flanking maneuver and get
I'm on it, Commander.
Oscar get him his first kill. Got a 23% chance and a 15% chance. That's not great odds. So the decision right here was, okay, it's Password Banana to the rescue yet again. But we are going to have to go and do a running gun, because otherwise this is not going to work.
Running.
And thankfully we have rapid fire, so let's just shoot this muton twice in the face. It's a 100% chance to hit. We get a crit, and we take him out. So that is awesome. I think that was actually 2 crits back to back. But now we cannot actually take out the other muton.
Let's rock.
But we do get the chance to move up in a minute to try and get some shots on the rest of these guys. So what are we going to do? Can we fire a rocket? No, we can't. It's actually blocked by the corner of that building, so that's not great. But let's move Shylong up to the corner. And we do get the ability to shoot at one of them. It's a 36% chance to hit. It's not great, but it's all we need. And we do manage to go and shoot him in the face. With 15% chance to hit, that's never going to hit. And it doesn't. But again, we terrorise the wall behind
Wait,
him.
that just happened.
Oh, I believe it.
That's affirmative.
So let's move up Python and let's give Password Banana and Oscar some cover.
Smoke's in the air.
So, at the very least, they are protected, because this is also the upgraded smoke. Now, thankfully, that first muton decided not to go and fire, and this one decided to run face first into Password Banana, but unfortunately is left on 1 hit point. So that's
They're
annoying.
marking my position.
And they managed to take Password Banana down by 6 hit points, but thankfully she doesn't take a crit. So that is great. So let's reload
We're
on
green to go.
Atlas. And now we can go and move up
I'm rolling.
Oscar now, so we can actually go and get a shot. We'll go and get a shot on 75%, 79% chance to hit. So naturally it misses. Say it with me, guys. That's Xcom,
Negative
baby.
damage.
Now we do get a shot as well on this cam, it's 20% chance, and if the 79% chance didn't hit, that's certainly not gonna.
Damn it.
But let's put our sniper on Overwatch, and you know what, Password Banana's gonna have to save the day yet again. Shotgun to the face.
Can't engage.
Now Shylong's going to be able to move up, but no matter where we go, we're not going to be able to get a shot on that other Newton. Unless we basically just run really far up. That's not going to happen. But he's just lost his two friends, so he's running away like a little girl. And Mordor lines up for a shot and takes 3 damage off the Muton. So that is awesome. So he couldn't kill him, but I think this was taken with the squad sight, so you can't really get a crit with that. But you know, he's running off. He's making us have to chase him, so his death is going to be long and painful.
Running.
So let's start moving everybody up, because I'm pretty sure right now, by this point, we've only got the one Muton left and the outsider. So we put the sniper on Overwatch, so in case that Muton comes back.
Good to go.
And let's just move up and rearm and resupply. Where are we going to go? I think we're actually going to end up just running forward for now.
Already there.
And get behind some solid cover so that if he does run in the corner, he can't actually just go and shoot Shylong in the face. We don't want to do that, or even in the back. So I don't want Oscar to get shot either. So I'm going to move him further back as well, so he's completely out of the way. And if need be, we can move him up to take a shot after. But that Muton's not showing his face at all, but we'll put our sniper on Overwatch, so if we need to, we can go and
Will do.
take advantage of that. But let's position Shylong here, so we can go and cover both the door and the passage behind us. So I do think the outside is going to be here. If he's not, he's going to be in the control room.
Aye, aye, Commander.
So let's move up Python, and so we'll open the door. And that's no outsider, so more than likely it is in the control room, but it still might be around the corner. That's no guarantee. So where do we go, Banana? Let's move up at the least, and we can go on to Overwatch, because it's not far to that door. So if we do see the Muton, we're still going to stand a decent chance of shooting it. And let's just move up Atlas as well. So let's just go and reload.
Reloaded.
And there's the Muton.
They're moving to flank me.
And we've just lost the meld. But we don't get a chance to shoot. But what I'm going to end up doing, is using run gun. I'm going to move you out of the way so you're no longer flanked. We'll heal up Password Banana. Simply because I don't want to be taken out by a lucky crit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do a run and gun and move up pretty much point blank to the Muton. So if what I'm planning to do doesn't work,
moving to fire position,
Password Banana can actually go and take out this Muton, and everything's going to be fine. So it's like, yeah, we'll wait here. And let's go to Oscar. Let's see if we can spoon feed him this kill. So he gets a chance to shoot. What's the percentage? 55. Come on, lucky number 55. Yeah, there we go. Well, we take out the Muton. So that is awesome. Now we're going to start wanting to move further in as well, because I suspect
I am on it.
The outside's going to be in there, because it's certainly not outside here. So let's go to Overwatch, and now all we're really going to do is go and get everyone positioned around this room. Now it's time to go and get Mordor moved in, because he's not really any use out there anymore, and that like pretty much was a waste of a running gun, but nothing much we can do about it really, because we needed to move Password, and I didn't want to leave her out in the most ridiculous place possible. But we'll switch Mordor over to his pistol, because the sniper rifle's going to be completely useless in close quarters.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, let's just move everybody up.
Okay.
So Python can move here and then move around. the reason I don't try and go straight here is more likely to just run through both the doors and alert the outsiders to where we were. And I don't really want to be taking any shots from the outside. So let's move up password. And Zhang's in the right place. We're going to move
Yes, sir.
Oscar up and get him into a better position. He's still carrying his alien grenade apparently though.
There's something out there.
Yep, so at least we know that the outsider is definitely in there. Now, like I said, I don't want to move everybody straight, because if I did, they would just go and run through the doors, which is why I'm moving everybody in increments and in stages. So let's move up
I'm on it, Commander.
password to here, so once we've kicked the door down, we can just go and run in a shotgun to the face if we need to.
Let's begin.
So let's get everybody basically ready to go, reloaded, and on Overwatch. Now the Overwatch isn't really necessary because this is the last enemy in the field. And as you're going to see, it's not exactly the sharpest spoon in the shed. So there's the outsider. And there's password shotgun. Well, he chose a great way to commit suicide.
Impressive work, Commander. Our soldiers have to be feeling good after a mission like that.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome. And Password Bernard has now been promoted to Colonel. So that is awesome. And I'm really surprised that she didn't end up in the infirmary after taking a Muton's plasma rifle to the face. But anyway, we're going to be getting a new skill. We get a choice between Resilience and Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct means that when you get... Well, we're going to go for Resilience because we're immune to crits. But the other one basically means that you get plus 50% crit damage when you basically use Run and Gun. We don't use that much. But we're using her to bait out shots, so if she gets hit, we want her to survive, and thankfully now she won't be able to be taken out by a lucky crit. And Oscar's been promoted to an Assault, so that's awesome as well, because we did lose one of our Assaults recently. So we got a good amount of stuff. We got 50 more Elerium, 120 more alloys, so we've got an absolute buttload of those now. And what else we got? Let's go into mission control. We've got satellites in 1 day, satellite uplink in 4, and then we've got the covert operation after, when we have to go and get Drangan back from Australia. Where basically he's... you serious? It wasn't even an hour since I pressed
Commander,
that button.
We're tracking several reported abductions via the hologlobe. I've got the coordinates locked in.
Okay, so we've got a choice between engineers, money, and a support captain. Now, the support captain would be nice, but we have a bunch of supports anyway, and this is in Argentina. They've got a high amount of panic, but I'm planning to throw satellites into there anyway, so I'm not really fussed. So, you know what, I don't think we're going to bother with this one. The money would be nice as well, because we're very, very low on funds right now. So the 200 credits would be awesome. Or we can choose the 4 engineers, but we've already got a good amount of engineers, and we can build what we need at present. But let's have a look here. The United Kingdom, we don't need to worry about that at the moment, because they're... Well, we're not even going there anyway, but we've got a choice between America, South America, and the UK, pretty much. The US, they've got a bit of panic, and the UK, they've got hardly any. But we don't need these 3 countries anyway, because we've already got the bonus for Europe, because we started there. So what I'm thinking of doing is pretty much just going for the credits, because that's what we really need. So we've already got our squad ready, but we are going to swap out basically Oscar for Thomas Middle. And I am actually going to go and swap for the arc throw instead of the nanofiber vest, because she's now basically immune to crits.
Central, Big Sky in position on approach of the abduction site. Strike 1 is awaiting drop clearance.
Copy that, Big Sky. Strike 1 is cleared to engage hostile targets. Watch your backs out there, people.
Okay, so where is the border of the map? There it is. So we know that the buildings down beyond are outside. We're not going to get anything from there. So we've got two flanks. We've got one here. Well, three flanks really, but we have actually spotted the first meld as well. So we've got a flank there on the corner. We've got the flank through the building, and we've got the flank on the opposite side of the building, which is pretty much where we're going to be running Mordor, because I want to go and get him onto the roof. And the only way up there is around the corner at the far end of the building.
Hostile spotted.
And naturally, the first thing we spot again are the Seekers. So they stealth up on us, but we know how to deal with this. But Mordor's already sprinted, so we can't really do anything about it this turn. All we can do is get everybody up to be able to cover him and put everybody onto Overwatch. So where are we going to go put Python? We could put Python up close to there. But I think we'll put it here, because then she can cover the most amount of ground, really. So the widest fire arc here. Now, are those Seekers going to come and try and get us first turn? Yes, they are. Well, at least one of them.
Got him.
And it dies in a hail of gunfire. So that's awesome. But now, pretty much, we just need to go and lob this battle scanner so we can go and see where the other Seeker really is. Now, we'll try and cover as many of them as possible, but I don't think
Scanner's up and running.
it would have gone all the way around the corner. And I'm right, it's pretty much trying to get onto Mordor straight again. So let's go and see if we can get a kill on our new recruit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Python over.
Headed there now.
She can still fire, but we're just basically trying to spoon feed a kill to our new recruit. So we want to get as many promotions as we can. So let's go 55%. It's another lucky 55. Come on. And there he goes.
Hostiles pacified.
We pretty much seem to hit almost every 55% chancer ever.
Affirmative.
So let's move everybody else up. We'll go and open the doors, because hopefully the rest of the aliens won't know we're here. But we'll see how it goes.
Understood. Moving out.
Because whenever you kick down doors, jump through windows and so on, it alerts the enemies to where you are. I don't really want to be doing that for them. But
Headed there now.
let's go move Captain Banana, Password Banana up here. I don't know why I said Captain, she's actually Colonel, that's the word I was looking for. Oh no, mutons! Go on, kill him. No, not the wall behind him, kill the muton. Oh well. Alright, well, we know where the enemy is at least. So what we can do is move up Password, go and get this meld at least. And we've got a 71% chance normally to hit, but we can move that over and that's going to end up being 256% chances. So we'll take that, see if we can hit him at least once. But no, we somehow managed to hit the wall all the way about 20 feet to the left. You know, I really don't know how you managed to get that good. But you're obviously doing something right.
Got it.
Cough, cough. So I think we're going to go need some support. So let's go and put Atlas up here. Now, I make a bit of a boo-boo here, thinking, you know, let's not jump through the glass so we won't let the aliens know where we are, but they already know we're there.
Rolling out.
So that was a bit of a misplay for me.
I'll move
But
like
it's
the
not
wind.
exactly going to be the end of the world. So we're going to go move up and try and support Password.
Got it.
And then we'll move up Mordor on the side so that we can get up onto the roof. Okay, are we going to take some hits? Well, we take a reaction shot from the attack, but again, we're just trying to murder the wall behind, so that's awesome. And Password takes another bolt of plasma to the face. I think she's starting to develop a taste for it. But thankfully, the second muton decides not to fire, and just goes and makes the other one angry. So that's okay by me. And it might come and bite us in the ass in a minute, but at the very least at the moment, we're okay. So what do I want to do?
Commander.
I'm
Enemy
thinking,
in
let's
sight.
move up here. Oh crap. Thin men as well. That's not good. We are completely flanked now.
They got me flanked.
Yeah, the idea was here to try and actually get that Muton flanked so we could just rapid fire into the back of his head. Although we weren't even going to even be able to do that. So let's run and gun.
That's affirmative.
Get behind the dumpster. At the very least we can take a shot. 63% chance, let's give it a go. And we actually managed to hit this time.
Here.
But we are out of ammo.
Going there now.
So let's move up Shylong. And we can fire at the Muton right in front of us at a 67% chance, or 66s at the two thin men. So we'll give that a go, see if we can reduce the amount of guns against us. But no.
Enemy is still alive.
Shylong decides to start aiming like Octodad. So, oh well. But let's see, 32% chance, I'm not expecting much. And I don't get much.
Missed.
So things aren't going as well as I'd like right now.
Okay.
Well, let's move up Thomas Middle. We can open the door. And we can take a shot, but instead what I'm going to go and do is lob the alien grenade, but being careful not to blow up Password Banana's cover, or the meld. So at least we get another kill for Thomas Middle. And that lets us go and get out Python to be able to take another shot. Now we can fire at the Muton, or we can fire at one of the thin men. So we'll take a thin man out of the equation. That's a much better trade-off, I think. We've only got 2 weapons against us now, rather than 3. And Muton decides to run the hell for it, run for it. And why he decides to go up here is beyond me, but oh well. But you know what? This is an absolutely amazing shot for the AI. Halfway across the map and actually manages to bullseye Python, so that's not great. But now we can go, oh hello there, 100% chance to hit and 100% crit chance, yes please. Bye bye.
Taken care of.
That was right between the eyes. And we have a double tap, so why the hell not? Boom. Now at this point I was a bit surprised, thinking that, wait, we haven't finished the mission? Could have thought we'd have finished by now. But at least we've earned a little reprieve, and we can actually move up and reload, so that's awesome.
Rolling.
So let's get everybody moved up and everybody reloaded.
Back online.
Because we don't know how many more are left.
Aye, aye, Commander.
So it would be nice to be able to at least find that out and be prepared for it. Now, there's no point in healing up Python here at the moment.
Commander.
I could have put her up there, but there's no real point. So let's just reload and see what the turn brings. Okay, we've got some floaters left. That's what that sound is. So let's put...
That's affirmative.
Let's put Mord. We'll basically put Mord onto Overwatch while we move everybody else up. Because they're most likely going to be either in the first room or in here. And if not, we're probably going to find the meld in one of the other room. Or maybe they're going to be both in the same place.
On the move.
So we move up Shylong because he can basically dish out a lot of damage.
Time to motor.
And we'll pretty much just move everybody else up.
Roger, Dodger.
So there we go, that's Thomas Middle up. And where are we going to put you? I think I'll move you here.
Let's do this.
Because we might be able to heal up Password Banana. But you know what? Let's just sit in Overwatch for a minute. And let's see if we can hear where the enemy are. There we go. The floaters are in here. Okay, and the meld is the other way. So Shylong can go and pick up the meld if he needs to. So let's go and move up Sato, or Mordor even.
10-4.
We can get all the way to the door, so that's awesome. And I still don't know how he doesn't have some broken legs there. And
Okay.
move Password Banana up to the door so that pretty much as soon as we need to,
Moving to
Mordor can
position.
open the door, and then Password Banana can just run in and go all guns blazing. But we can't actually reach Password Banana here with the medkit, but oh well. There's no point using it on ourselves because that'd be a waste of a health point. So we're going to basically just move up,
Position
shy along a
confirmed.
little bit. Now the reason I don't open this door is if there is something in there, I want to be able to fire a rocket at it. And you can't fire a rocket if you move. So at the very least we know that there's going to be
I'm on it,
enemies
Commander.
through here. So we'll just move up and we'll go onto Overwatch.
I'm on the move.
And let's move up Thomas Middle. We'll put him on Overwatch as well. Just on the off chance that things go wrong. Oh, there they are. We didn't actually see where they were, although they didn't spot us. We just somehow managed to spot them through the door.
Target acquired.
So there's the door open. There they are. They did not
Watch
go
the
into
flanks.
Overwatch. But we are getting flanked, theoretically. But that's
Headed
only
there now.
because Password's in the open. We can run up. We can take one of them out if we need to. Or we can even go and stun one if it gets to that. I don't think we're going to need to. Now, we've got a 100% chance to hit, so let's take him out. And we've got double tap against it. Why the hell not? 95%.
No longer a threat.
Chalk up another one.
And there we go.
Excellent work, Commander. I'm impressed you were able to recover so much of the meld substance without any casualties.
You know, I think you'd be happy if we had casualties as well. So, I don't quite trust you, Valiant. But there we go. Thomas Middle's got promoted to a heavy, and we've now got basically a promotion on Python as well. So we've got covering fire as well, so that is awesome. And we also got a medal as well, so that's great. So there we go, we managed to get some money and some panic reduction.
We'll be watching.
So that's epic. But now we've pretty much maxed out our panic in Argentina and Brazil, so if we don't do anything there, they are going to try and leave the Xcom Council. We really don't want that. So let's go and scan.
Our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
So that's awesome, but we need the satellite uplink before we can use them.
Satellite uplink complete.
So that's awesome as well. So let's carry on, and now we can go back to the situation room. Because this is going to do a twofold thing. This is going to allow us to launch 2 satellites into Brazil and Argentina. So that's 70 credits per month
Satellite
and
launched.
80 credits per month extra.
Satellite
As well
launched.
as 2 extra scientists, 2 extra engineers, and the We Have Ways bonus. So that is awesome. So what that basically means, we're going to get more money, more staff per month, and all our basically interrogations and autopsies are going to be completed instantly, so I
We're
can go and
monitoring
start
several
clearing that
contacts at
backlog.
the moment, but we may need to run a diagnostic. This doesn't look like a legitimate target.
You know, I think we're going to jump out in a minute because I don't like it when it keeps butting in. Now we have 2 satellites left, and I'm a bit of 2 minds as to where to put them. I mean, we could put them into Europe, we could put them into America. I mean, I'm tempted to put one into either Japan or India. Nah, not Japan or India. That's 100 credits or 60, another 60 there. Russia's 150, so ooh, that's nice. So perhaps Russia and US if we want more money, so that'd be nice. But we'll see. I'm going to wait until closer to the end of the month to make my decision. Okay, so we have some things to get done now, because we have a backlog of things to do. We've got 1 day until the covert operation to go and basically extract Drangan from Australia. But we have an absolute crapload of backlogged research projects to go and do. So what are we going to do? Are we going to go and... let's go and interrogate the Muton, I think, actually. Oh, he doesn't look happy.
So, how'd it go, Doctor?
Better than expected.
Before the creature expired, I was able to extract some new information from it.
You're saying that thing spoke to you?
Not precisely, but when you have access to a creature's brain, certain patterns can be discerned, recent images and thoughts.
And what exactly was our late friend thinking about?
This particular image appeared in the creature's thought patterns several times throughout the procedure.
We've already met that thing, Doctor. This is hardly the kind of breakthrough we were...
And there was a neural link in the creature's mind between this image and this one.
That's the thing that pulled a disappearing act when we shot down our first UFO. And let me guess, you want to poke around in its head too.
It is the next piece of the puzzle. And this time, instead of shooting it, I suggest we try to capture it alive.
Now yes, there is a little bit of audio sync issue at the moment. I've tried to fix it, but there's not a lot I can do. But I do like how she just goes casually, it says casually, oh, before the creature expired. And look at that, we got a plasma weaponry research credit. So that's going to basically speed up all our plasma weapon research. Oh Christ, look at that, 1 day. But we've got a crap load of things that we need to start doing. We've got loads of interrogations, so let's go and interrogate the sectoid now. Now this one just looks a little scared. So that's beam weapons research. We've pretty much already done a little bit of beam weapon research, but I'm wondering whether we'll just skip over the rest of the beam weapons to go for the plasmas. Now we've got basic armor, so that's great. But we've already got the basic armor, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's go for the Thin Man. Let's skip through that. UFO technology research credit earned for any type of technology to do with UFOs. We've already researched a lot of that though, the thing is. Now we've just basically got all the autopsies to go. So let's start with the mutant.
This is the most physically aggressive specimen we've discovered so far, which the troops fondly refer to as the muton. I can only assume there's a colourful backstory for such a designation.
Now, I don't really know that story myself. I'd like to know if somebody else does. So, adrenal neurosympathy in the gene lab. Okay, we don't have a gene lab yet, so that's not helping yet.
We've made a number of interesting discoveries based on the autopsy results of the alien specimen you brought back. The research team is now referring to this particular variation as a sectoid, based on the unusual structure of its internal organs, which we believe to be the product of genetic manipulation. As we've seen in the field, this species also seems to harbor some sort of telepathic ability.
Okay, so that gives us uplink targeting aims. That's going to be a nice little boost for our interceptors, so that's awesome. Okay, so
Although I'm sure you can make the connection yourself, we've designated this particular specimen as a floater. The research team is continuing in its efforts to determine how the aliens prevented the organic tissue from rejecting the mechanical components, as they seem to work in perfect harmony with one another.
I think we know what that is. I'm pretty sure they're using meld for that. But we also get defense matrix dodge, so that's going to be great to help our interceptor stay alive up in the air.
The tall one has, up until this point, been unofficially referred to as the Thin Man. Initial testing has revealed a concerted effort by the aliens to modify this specimen's genetic structure in such a way as to make it appear human. However, on closer inspection, they seem to have had some trouble concealing the eyes, which appear to be reptilian in nature.
Okay, so that's a gas grenade and muscle fiber density, so that's awesome. Superhuman leg strength enables soldiers to jump at great distances.
Based on what we've seen in the field so far, including several grotesque examples of trauma resulting from the emergence of its young, we've taken to calling this specimen a chrysalid.
Yeah, terrifying. They are. We get chitin plating, I think that is. Because someone was telling me I was saying that wrong last time. Needle grenades and bioelectric skin, so that's awesome. What next? We've got a Cyberdisk autopsy and a Seeker autopsy left. Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
We've yet to recover one of these in functional condition from the field. The men seem to enjoy using them for target practice. At the present time, we know that the Cyberdisk, as they've been calling it, is heavily armed, but it shows no clear pattern of behavior on the battlefield.
Okay, so we get UFO tracking boost, so that's awesome, and secondary heart. Now, I'd like to know how we get genetic material from something that has no organic components.
Despite its physical appearance, this machine doesn't seem to be made up of any organic components. Its surface has an unusual metallic composition that somehow interacts with the vapors it releases for concealment.
Yeah, well, again, we're getting material genetic material from something with no genes, but I think actually the Cyberdisk does have some genetic material. But we're getting respirator implant, ghost grenades, and mimetic skin. Now, I really do like mimetic skin. That is really awesome. I think we're actually going to go and give Drangan the mimetic skin. And right now, I think we're actually going to go and carry on with our plasma weapons. I mean, it's 9 days on the normal plasma rifles, but let's go for the plasma pistols, because that's less than a day. And it's actually going to be completed before we go and help get Drangan out of his... And there we go, look, assignment complete, so that's awesome. Again, I can only apologise for basically the discrepancies in the sound. But now, let's actually go for the proper plasma rifles, I think. We're going to go... Look, we can even do the fighter craft now. But we're going to go for the plasma weapons now. I think we're going to basically skip the beam weapons. I'd like to do Titan armor, which is going to take too long. And here we go. We need to go and get... basically send in a extraction squad to go and pick up Drangan from his mission in Australia. But we're going to go and do that next episode, because we've pretty much done enough for this video. So I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, please do hit those like and subscribe buttons, because it really does help my channel out. And remember, Commanders, I've been Commander Chaos Wolf, you've been Epic, I will see you soon, and until then, keep flying and stay shiny.